Good afternoon. Welcome to the campus meeting. Welcome to those of you that are here in the auditorium, and welcome to all of those that are on Zoom. And I'm turning around and looking at a blank wall. Okay, there's a good start. But anyway, it's so happy to see all of you, and thank you for coming, whether it be Zoom or in person. I appreciate it. I don't anticipate a long meeting. I will be willing to take questions at the end. What I'm going to do today is kind of bring you up to date of where we are on a couple of things. A couple of things have not been finalized, but I kind of wanted to give you a heads up. There'll be some things coming down the pike, and that we will have another campus meeting in December, and a couple of these I will be able to give you the full details of then. But I really didn't want you to go home for Thanksgiving wondering about some of these things. So do you remember the days when the word you hated to hear from me the worst was the word budget? Well, that word has been replaced by COVID. So let's start with that and get it over with. Well, first of all, we're doing well. Our numbers are down. They are down in infections. They're down in isolations. They're down in quarantines. We're doing extremely well on campus. One of the things that I can't tell you exactly what's going to happen next semester, but I can tell you that there's being discussion. They are discussing not having to take a test to come back to campus. And they are discussing, I think the masks will probably stay in place like they are now in the classrooms and in the labs. And if things go way down in the middle of the winter or something, then maybe that would change. But I don't see any of that changing particularly. And I'm not sure that we're going to do random testing next semester. That's still being discussed. I will tell you that I think it's the last 3 weeks in a row, Emily, that we have done random testing and we've had no positives. So, if that continues like that, then that may be. But in December, I'll be able to give you an update and a final answer of what they have decided that we will do as a system. So I wanted to make sure we got that. But all of you need to be commended of again, the great job you've done as we have moved through this very difficult time, but a time that we've all learned and got better even at many things. So thank you. The next thing I'll talk about is budget, and that's good news. You all are doing extremely well. You're staying within your budget. You're staying within the working budget that we asked you to do, and we just asked you to continue that, even though we lost a little enrollment, and we told you we were not going to change the budgets. We were not going to say we're going to cut this or that right now. We're going to take a look, and as long as you stay within those parameters, Amy will not come after me and tell me that we need to fix this. So I'm very pleased, and I thank all of you because I know how difficult that is. And I know we all have things that we want. My goal is to make sure we get the things we need at this point and some of the things we want. But we're working hard, and you all are being very, very cautious with using the funds. And I appreciate that. Thank you very much. And the next thing I'm going to say is that I have asked my administrative team to look, and my two deans, to make sure that we are cross-training people. So if you get asked to learn another skill, you'll know what's happening. We are a small campus, as you know, and we need to make sure that we are cross-trained on all of our major things. So if someone gets sick, someone leaves, or something happens, then we have a person that can take over that part of what they are doing. So we're going to be learning some cross-training in some areas because I think it's very important as we move down the road and become a more efficient and an effective campus. I'm going to let Kent say a little something. He was writing and writing, so I'm not sure how little it'll be. But anyway, when you give him a microphone, but I appreciate the hard job they're doing, and I'm gonna let him talk about enrollment, which is also good news.
Thank you, President Long. Typically, when the admissions director gets in front of students and families or anyone interested in maybe coming back for a second, third, fourth degree, hint, hint, I have applications. We're going to take our time and we may talk for a little while. But President Long asked me to talk a little bit about open house that's going to be happening on Saturday. We're excited for open house. We have about 85 students that have signed up to attend open house on Saturday. That's about 230, 240 total guests. This room is actually set up, ready to go for Saturday. So we will be following a new schedule. But the students and families will be spending a full day on campus with us. And I'm very appreciative of the faculty who have volunteered their time to be meeting with those students and families. And this is a great opportunity to be connecting. That's one of the things that we find in admissions and at this institution that's very important, is that when students and parents, students and the guardians, the family meet with faculty, it really helps for us to sell WVU Tech. And so I'm very appreciative of what the faculty have done with our individual campus visits, because we are starting to see an increase in there as well too. Open house being so popular, we have a wait list. So we emailed everyone who signed up on Monday. We called them all yesterday, and we had a couple of cancellations. Individuals going to be rescheduling, so we've gone to that wait list, and we've been able to move some students on that wait list. Group visits. I do apologize if you've heard lots of students, high school students, going to and from the buildings, up and down the sidewalks. South Canal Street can be a little busy on those sidewalks, and I know they've been in the building, so I do apologize for that. But we have had Mount Hope Christian Academy on campus, Liberty High School, Riverside High School. Next week, we're going to be having James Monroe, as well as Mount View Christian School. So very excited to have those high schools and those schools on campus. Now, the last thing that I will say, that with open house, we will be following COVID protocol with our open house. So the labs, the classrooms, and auditoriums. So I just want to stress that. We have communicated that to students and families, and we'll be confirming that again on Friday. As we indicated for the fall of 2022, our applications, our admits are right where they need to be. They're positive. They're ahead of where they were last year. So we're very excited. So 45 degree temperature on Saturday, 60% chance of snow. So I would advise all of you, if you have a toboggan, you may want to think about wearing it. But again, we're excited to have them on campus. And again, we're appreciative of what everyone has done to make this a success. So wear your toboggan. If you need one, I can get you one of these, okay? I got a direct pipeline to the supplier. So if you need one, I'll let you know. Just let me know. Thank you.
Thank you, Ken, very much. We're excited about the applications being up, and we're excited about our admits being up compared to last year. And we're very pleased that we hope we're moving forward again as things still are progressing. So next thing I'd like to talk about is I received a request about 3 weeks ago from a faculty member stating that they were concerned that there is really only hotels to stay in if there is an issue like a snowstorm. We've had a few of those, and or a flood or something, or someone is working late into the night and does not want to go home because they have to be back here 7 or 8 o'clock. And could we put or dedicate a couple of rooms in a dorm so that faculty could stay or staff? And so I've looked into it. The dorm is really not an option for several reasons, and I'm not going to go into it. But what we're going to do is, if you know that we took the 3 houses here beside the church, we took those houses and turned them into places for our students when we were doing isolation and quarantine. And so we're going to take one of those houses, and we're going to, since we don't need them now, we will take one of those houses and we will turn it into some rooms so that if faculty or staff need to stay, there will be a place that they can stay overnight. Now, it will cost you, and it will be about $30 a night, which is much cheaper, but we have to do that because we have to cover our costs. But we also are working on a way, Amy's working on a way so that you can just get online and pay for it online and no hassle, okay? The one thing I want to caution you of is that we're pleased to offer that offering if it's needed by our faculty and staff in any time, but this is not a place to live, okay? And those people in Montgomery, I apologize any small jokes, but this is not a place to keep your snake, okay? And so I would like you to, you know, this is a place for an emergency, and an emergency, or if you are so tired you don't feel it's safe for you to drive home, okay? So that's something we'd like to offer to the faculty and to the staff. So we'll be bringing in December, we'll come out with all the rules and the regulations and all of the ways you do it, and we'll be ready by the time you come back for second semester. Christmas holiday. I was hoping Rob Moyers would be here today, but he is unable to come today. So I do want you to know that we are going to be taking a look over the holidays of a couple of weeks during that holiday, the week of Christmas and the week of New Year's, in all probability, of trying to kind of shut down some buildings, save on some heat, water, and things of that nature during those 2 weeks. You'll be working with your supervisors so that you can work from home those weeks. We do not anticipate many students, if hardly any students, on campus other than the few in the dorm. We will take care of those certainly and make sure that they're taken care of and fed. But your deans are supposed to be working with you all to make sure there's no issues there. I will tell you, I said this in Faculty Senate, and I'll say it here again too. You know, if there's just one person that needs to be in the building for an hour or so, you certainly can go in if we've shut it down, but I would ask you to wear a coat for that hour or so. But if somebody needs to come in all the time, I know we had a couple labs we want to make sure we don't have any issues with. We want to make sure we don't have any places that that would be a problem with. So we're working on that. And as I said, in December, I'll give you the rest of that information, kind of give you a heads up to work with your supervisors to make it worthwhile. I think it'll be good for everybody to have a little bit of time to themselves and with their family. Even this, it's been a long semester and things are not back to normal. And I appreciate everybody. So we're going to try to do that for that week, those 2 weeks. Another thing I would like to discuss real quickly is safety on campus. We've had some issues with people propping up in doors and leaving them open. Sadly, we have some people around that are enjoying coming into buildings and stealing a whole volleyball team's worth of tennis shoes. Getting into people's cars. If your cars are not locked, they are going around and trying all the doors. Am I correct, Chief? And they're just lurking around in places. I believe you have a lid to a catalytic converter gone. So please don't leave doors propped open. You know, you should have keys and all of that to that. If you have a problem with that, let us know and we will facilitate that, because we trust all of you, but we do have some people that are lurking and they have not been caught yet. And we will prosecute them when we catch them, but they are causing a problem on campus. I'm not going to say that they're not. And then they just go right over the hill over here and go into the woods. And that's part of the problem of trying to be able to find them. So, so be very cautious of that, because we want everybody safe. And I want everybody safe in the building. At this point, they've just been people that have been pilfering and stealing a little bit of things here and there. That's not only, but my concern is the safety of everybody in a building. I want to make sure everyone is safe and sound and we don't have a bigger issue, okay? Also, I want to make sure that our students, and you let our students know too in class, there seems to be a little bit of confusion. There's some reasons for that, but we're going to work on that. That they were afraid they were going to have class the week of Thanksgiving on Monday and Tuesday. Because it just said holiday on the academic calendar. So please make sure your students know that there is no class that whole week, because they may come and you won't be there. That could be a problem. So, okay. So make sure they know, and we're going to send an email out. I think Jen has already done that actually today, and send an email out that states that, but we've had some students that have asked that question and we want to make sure that they're aware of that. All right, today, of course, is Veterans Day, and make sure if you see a veteran, you thank them for their service and be respectful of what they have done for all of us, that all of us can sit in this room and be free, and we appreciate their service, those that have died for us and have worked for us, and we thank them very much. So make sure you say hi to them and thank you. I'd like to end this morning before I take some questions about something. You know, we are a campus that we pride ourselves in being a family. We pride ourselves in having an atmosphere that we care for each other. And I think that's very true. There are some colleges that say that, but don't do it. We don't say it enough, and we do it a lot. And I appreciate that. And I can go over and find hundreds of examples. But I will tell you, there was an example of this in the last month that doesn't happen on a lot of campuses. And that's where we needed a room for pianos. And those pianos had to kind of be in a special place. And we had a faculty member here in BHSS that actually gave his office up because his office fit those dimensions. And he moved his office into a smaller office so that we could have a place for a piano lab. Well, that does a couple of things. First of all, on a lot of campuses, you know, people pride those offices. They're not going to give them up for nothing, you know, and he just willingly did that. He offered that. Nobody asked him to do that. He offered that. The other thing is we now have a place where we're going to have some creative arts that we didn't have before, and we're going to be able to offer to our students during the day and at night. So we've done two things. We've increased our ability to help our students and give them a better experience, but we've also shown what it is to truly be a Golden Bear. And so I would like to thank Mark Jones for doing that. Okay, today we have a presentation at 3 o'clock of one of our candidates for engineering. So if you're around and want to come, please do so. As we move down the road, you know, we have 2 dean spots. We have an interim that's here, and then we have our engineering. So we're looking forward to next year having a full house of all of the deans. That's a little scary, but anyway. Okay, questions, anyone? Anybody have any questions about what's going on or concerns that I need to address? Yeah, this is scary. This is the second one I've had that nobody's asking anything. Jen, are there any in the chat? None in the chat. All right, that's scary too. Okay, guys, I appreciate you so much. Thank you for taking your time, but it was important that I thought you get some of these on your table. Now, one last thing. You've heard the rumors that we're going to try to bring back football. Yes, I said the F word, tech. Okay, now, now football scares some faculty and scares some staff. But we're not going to mention the athletic director, okay? We're not going to. But folks, first of all, let me tell you that we are working with the town and with the county and with the YMCA and us to look at building fields that will serve not only football, but also baseball, softball, and track. Will serve the community as an economic development piece. We're going to go for grants and aids. We will not be taking money out of our budget to do this, okay? That's part of the agreement, is that we have to find all the funding in an outside source. We're working on that. That means we could bring a few more students on. We're looking at taking one of the soccer fields, converting it into a football field, and actually probably putting turf on all the rest of the soccer fields out at the Klein field. It'll all be done in that one spot. We look at that as economic development because there are a whole lot of traveling teams in the summer that go all over and away from this state for them to play tournaments. There is no reason you can't do that right here in Beckley, West Virginia, for Southern West Virginia. We actually have an architect firm that has agreed to work with us free to get us to the point where we bid something. We are working with our senators and our delegates and our members of the House of Representatives to see how we can get some funding with all the infrastructure money that's coming. But the one thing I want to guarantee you about is that if we can do this, and if we do it, we will do it right. And we will be, just like we have said before, that we don't recruit athletes that want to be students. We recruit students that want to be athletes. Because we know when the students come here, our goal is to graduate them. And Kenny and his crew have done a wonderful job at that. And they will continue, and we will not hire a coach that does not recruit in that manner. It won't happen. If we make a mistake, they will leave. So I understand why you're concerned. There are places, and we've had the problem here at Tech many, many years ago in football, but I will assure you that we are going to bring, just like we do with our soccer team and with our basketball teams and all of our teams here, we're going to bring fine young men and women that want to be good students, that want to play football if that's what they want to do. Okay. So I don't want you to be concerned about that, but I wanted you to know what was happening because we are having a big meeting next week with all these people to start talking about this. And I didn't want it to be a surprise to the campus, but I think it's good for Tech. It would be good for Tech for us to start back football. We're at that point now. We can do that and bring on more students and have even a better atmosphere for our students. So do you have any questions about that? Okay. Everybody have a wonderful, again, thank you for the veterans and have a wonderful day. Thank you for what you do.